Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey.
Once again, we're back for episode 4 of the Toddcast.
Woohoo.
And tonight, we're going to still be sharing our experiences with Disney and how we do Disney. And tonight is going to be, well, should I do it?
Sure.
Okay. To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. And I'm not going to do the rest.
I already see it. I already see it happening.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You
saw it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know those. I know it.
Yeah. And
that's good.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Oh my word.
That's okay.
Yeah. I'm trying not to be useless tonight.
You're not.
It's been a rough day. It's
okay.
been a rough day. The leg has been hurting some today. Sorry about that. I was cruising around the house doing real well. I was about 3.5 minutes on the treadmill today, so that's
a lot. That's a long time. Yay.
That's huge.
That's yay.
Yeah, I just beat my record.
Next stop, walking Disneyland.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I know. That's why I'm doing this, is because we got family members that have never been.
I know. We've got plans.
That's right.
We've got plans.
And
so.
I'm going to pull an Uncle Chuck, and I am going to claim little Isley.
Okay.
We're going to go visit princesses.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, her and I are going to go visit princesses.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, of course, Mom and Dad can come along too.
They can come. And Everett.
Of course.
He may, but he'll want to find Woody and Buzz. But I don't know if he can find Woody and Buzz.
That's over in California. Over in California Adventure.
Yeah.
And because they're I can't say for Buzz and Woody.
Well, there's others though.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
there's
anyway,
a lot of other Pixar folk. And
we got plans, man.
Oh, yeah. So tonight, Disneyland. This is how we're going to do it. And tonight, we are going to talk about almost every stage of what we do when we go to the park. And it will be trying to do step by step. But you have a thing.
I have a thing. So one of the things that I've done with planning, well, for a long, since 2014, I have created my little journal of the plans. And it's the pre-planning, it's the budgeting, it's the itinerary per day, where we're staying, how much we, if you pay on credit and how much you pay it down. It's been, it's pretty archaic. I do everything handwritten, but this is my trip planning journal. And it's like little memories and things we've done in the past. It's like we come by this naturally, but it's a good archive too. So you can remember what you've done, what you liked, what you didn't like, flights in and out, all of that important stuff. And this goes in my carry-on bag. So that way, if, technology, which wasn't as big in 2014, but if it happens to fail, I've got everything written down. I handwrite confirmation numbers in here.
Exactly.
Like the whole thing. And so it's just I brought it along because I wanted, just remembering, we're talking about our past trips. So I wanted to remember all the things that I've done.
For Oogie Boogie Bash, I wrote down the ticket numbers. Mm-hmm. I wrote down the hotel confirmation number.
Yeah.
I wrote down the reservations. I wrote down Okay, just so you know, folks, if you haven't already seen here in my studio, behind Alice's head over there is a stack of journals. And that's maybe 1/8 of what I have as far as journals, and either partially written, half written, empty.
We like paper products in our family.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. I like the idea of the blank book.
Because you can, it's...
Yeah. So.
There's a lot of metaphor there.
Oh, yeah. Indeed. Now, before we get too far off task here, we begin our day.
Yes.
We've gotten to the hotel. We've come from the airport. We got to the hotel. We've already had our night's rest.
Checked in.
Yes.
The whole shebang.
This is our first day.
Now, do we talk about the family shirt?
Yeah, we have to.
So we
have
like to do, and this is twofold. One of the reasons, and we do this usually on our first day, is we wear a family shirt, and we get a family shirt for each trip. It's a bit cliche, but it's very, very helpful for two reasons. One, if you split up and you're looking across the park, you know where each other's at.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a great photo op, and it's a great memory, and it's a great, way of, oh, remember that trip? We did this trip, and we did all these things. Like one of our great ones we did to Florida had Katie's handprints on it, and she was 4.
Yes.
And so we get to see like what her little hands were, and it was on all of the all of the shirts. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
So just good memories. It's a reusable thing. It's not a consumable. So we do a family trip, and we always dress in our family shirt day 1.
Exactly.
Hi, Meredith.
Yes, little girl. Thank you. So it was the manager checking in. So, first day,
Mm-hmm.
we're awake. We need to have breakfast.
Yes.
We must have breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and knowing you and I, it's not a question of, well, do we really need to eat a lot? Yeah, we do.
Well, yeah, and I'm not a big breakfast eater outside of vacation.
Right.
And I'm not really a big breakfast eater outside of like a Disney park.
Exactly.
So I do need to fuel.
Oh yeah. Well, and especially me with my condition now.
Yeah. Keeping your blood sugars level.
Exactly. Making sure that I've got this with me tonight.
Yeah.
So yes, we need to go eat. We need to eat food, and lots of it. So depending on where are we staying then?
Well,
where are we staying?
Let's talk our classic favorite breakfast place is in the classic favorite hotel, which we talked about last episode.
Right, true.
So if we're staying at the Disneyland, well, it doesn't matter whether we're staying at the Disneyland hotel, we go to breakfast here.
Right.
Which is Goofy's Kitchen.
Yeah.
And it is hands down the family favorite character breakfast.
Honestly,
anywhere.
I have a lot of sentimental value with it because when Kat was really, really little,
yes.
And I'm sorry, but when she was about yay big, we had
2? She was 2.
2 or 3.
Yeah, super little.
Yeah, and she had these pigtails coming out the top of her head, and we called them the character magnets because every character was just drawn to her.
Yeah.
And they got the kids up to go do the dance that they do throughout the restaurant, and everybody's waving the towels up in the air and having our great time. And Goofy comes out, and Cat makes a beeline.
Bounce, 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 and in his arms.
Yep, and the little pigtails just doing, 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 and
Yeah, does, more of creating the magic.
That's right. That's
what it was.
And unfortunately, I wish that I had been videoing at that time.
I do have a still picture of it.
Yes.
I have
yes,
a picture.
You do. But I really wish I'd been videoing at that time. Unfortunately, I'm coming into this game so late.
Well, it didn't exist back then, really.
Well, not as much.
No.
Not as much. But Goofy's Kitchen, hands down, the best breakfast. Nostalgia, yes. The food, I believe, is better.
Yes. I agree.
I don't think I'm going to say that for Carnation or for the
Plaza Inn.
Because that's a toss-up.
We're going to do an episode once we, with all 4 of us, with
right?
Chris and Katie, on our character breakfast experiences, because by now I think we're pretty good professionals when it comes to the character breakfast. So
it was since we've hit them all in
Disneyland,
in Anaheim. Yeah.
So yes, we're going to start our day at a character breakfast.
Yes.
Twofold, you're going to get a lot of food.
Yes.
And you get a lot of fuel. But it also starts your day with the character interactions. I mean, they come to the table and you get your pictures taken with them and you got good hugs, and it just starts your day in a really good space. Now, mind you, if you're wanting to rope drop and be there right smack at the bright crack of dawn, a character breakfast is going to be a little bit challenging because you're going to have to get a really early breakfast time or choose to miss a rope drop that day.
They don't have them early enough to hit rope drop. You're going to miss it. It'll be impossible. It'll straight up be impossible.
So anyway, you just have to pick your battles.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, find your priorities and then stick to them.
Well, and you don't have to do like we do with a character breakfast every day.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
You don't have to be us. But I'm not willing to give up the character breakfast every morning.
It's so good. I love it. And it's just a great way to start the day.
It starts the day
It starts
right.
the day.
You know,
So-
especially when Pluto comes over and wants no scritches.
And yes, he was the best. Pluto. He was so good.
He was a wonderful, wonderful interaction. It was just...
It was good.
Now, did we video that one?
I think I have some.
Okay, because I may have it. I may have it on my
You may. I'll have to
external
look
drive.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah,
We might show some.
I'll do some digging and
maybe.
some inserts, some videos right about here and now.
There. Oh, look at Pluto.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Anyway, breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast.
Whether you character breakfast or not, we're going to table the character breakfast conversations for a future podcast.
Right.
You'll get enough food to fuel the furnace, and you need to because it is a full energy day.
You are going to be walking.
A lot.
You're going to be moving.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be standing. Standing is going to exhaust you, and it will burn calories faster than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Also, stay hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Drink that water. Please. Because, I mean, the last thing you really want to do is be coming back doing the Disney Death March.
Well, and get
You know, you're hot.
thirsty and uncomfortable and
You're exhausted. You're sweaty, but you're not sweating anymore.
because you're
You know, your lips are like paper. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself. I have done it, and please don't do what I do.
It's not fun.
No, don't do that.
Well, and you do that once, and then you're like, okay, do better next time.
But then next time, it's
Because you do get lost in the fun. Let's just
Yes,
be
you do.
honest. You get lost in the fun.
Yep.
So we've eaten.
Yes.
Now, at Disneyland, there's 2 ways to enter the park.
Yes, there are.
Let's talk about the traditional way to enter the park.
All right. Front gate.
Yes.
Okay. The front gate is in the Esplanade, and it is that portion that is Disneyland on the north and California Adventure on the south. So you're going to be going to the north. So if you're coming from the hotels, you'll be walking east towards Disneyland. As soon as you get in front of Disneyland, there are the gates. There are all the gates. Find the shortest line,
Yeah.
please.
And there's a lot of options. So just really be head on a swivel, looking around, make sure you know where
Right.
you're at, and go to the shortest line.
Exactly. Yeah, go where the people aren't. Okay. And yeah, well, the people aren't over here. That's the exit. Don't
Yeah.
go to the exit.
Read the signs.
Yeah.
But also, you are going to be standing in a line. That is part of the charm
Oh yeah.
of Disneyland.
Oh yeah. So, okay, once you get to the front gate, there are 3 ways that you can get into the park. Now, depending on what you do or how you've purchased your tickets or how you have your tickets, there are 3 ways you can do it. There is the paper ticket, which is traditional, okay, but can easily be lost.
I was going to say, they still do a paper ticket.
Yes.
Yeah.
The second way is through your phone app,
Uh-huh.
okay, through your Disney Experience or My Disney Experience, TM.
You need to download that, though.
Yeah, you must
have
download
it.
that for it to work.
Well, and just there's a lot of other things it's necessary for.
Now, there is my favorite way of getting in.
Yeah.
And that is through the Magic Band Plus, which is also related to the app. Okay? They don't necessarily work without the app, but the Magic Band Plus, this is the way. This is the way. You must. I can't say you must. I like the Magic Band.
Very convenient.
It is.
It's very convenient.
So essentially, when you get your Magic Band, you have your app, and you can link your Magic Band to the app. That will link all your reservations, all your tickets, your method of payment.
Your door key for your room.
Thank you. Yeah, your door key. Everything that you possibly could need can be on that band. Now, the sad part is that band can be lost.
You can't. Yeah.
Okay.
But you can turn them on and off in the app, so it's
That's
not
right.
like you're compromised. You have control of, because a lot of people have multiple bands. Like I have a Magic Band Plus, but I also have a bunch of Magic Bands.
Right.
And so you can change them up daily. You can use
Exactly.
this one today and this one tomorrow, and
Exactly.
it's pretty cool. So
And
like an
see,
accessory.
That's something else. We will talk about that when we go talk about the East Coast.
Yeah, it's better used there.
Yeah, where the magic bands got the start.
Yeah.
So, essentially, what you will do is you will go to sign in at the gate, and you will scan your ticket, Magic Band or app, and you'll get the little circle that's got Mickey's head on it on a gold ball, and it will the lights will spin, and then it goes green. And the first time that you go into the park, you have to scan your fingerprint.
And don't they take a picture of your face?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's boom, 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 3 things, and you're in the park.
That They do that for security, so that way nobody can use your ticket. That's not you.
That's right, because once you scanned in that day, that's you.
That's you.
Okay.
So now here's the eternal question. There's 2 eternal questions.
Okay.
Do you get your picture taken in front with the train and the Mickey
and
flowers?
The Mickey flowers and everything.
There.
Yeah, which is right over there.
Yeah. Or right or left?
Oh, man. Well, okay, the last few times that we've gone with family, with you and Chris, Kat, and me, and with Kat and myself, we've gone left first. We don't normally go left.
We don't normally go left.
Okay, that's a very recent thing.
Yeah.
We elected to do that on the May trip because it was one of those things where we're going to do this because we haven't
done it, and it got you closest to the City Hall.
Yeah. Where honestly, since I had a scooter, that helped out a lot, because if I needed anything, if I needed any type of assistance, concierge, whatever, using the scooter or something, City Hall was right there. Okay. So going left through the tunnel left is a good idea if you have some disability challenges or mobility challenges or anything like that. We normally, when I was healthy, would go right. And the reason is because they always had the poster for the submarine in the right tunnel.
I know. Yeah.
Of all the dumb things,
No.
that would be,
You were looking for it.
well, it's because since when I was this big, I always loved that submarine ride. Always. So, and it was one of those things where every time we go, there's a submarine ride. I know we're at Disneyland now. We're going, heading straight for Tomorrowland, and that's where we go. But anymore, that's not the way we do it. So I think honestly, it's a toss-up, right or left. Both of them are going to get you into the park. You'll be in Town Square as soon as you come out.
Well, in picture, no picture. If you haven't had the picture before, get the picture.
Yes.
If you have had the picture before, the line's not very long. Why not? I'm a big picture fan. I love the photo pass. I love having that option.
Yes.
I think they're great souvenirs. And if
Indeed.
you buy the package, there's a way of getting that and adding it to your app. And then you just scan your magic bands with the photographers. It's just a lot of fun, and then everybody can be in the picture, because a lot of times I'm usually a photographer, so I'm not always included in the photos, so it's nice to have that option and everybody's in the photo.
And especially when you got your single lens reflex, the DSLR.
Yeah.
And when you started using that more and more, all of a sudden, Alice had a lot of great pictures, none of them of her.
I was never in them.
Okay.
So
it was like this. It was the same story with me that year for Christmas that I got my little Pentax, and I had a lot of great pictures.
Yep.
But none of them were of me. So, anyway.
So, all right, we're at Town Square.
Yep. They're doing the good morning.
Oh, that's the best.
They're doing the good morning.
You can sacrifice and or eat a character breakfast inside Disneyland.
Yep. There is that option.
Preview.
Yep.
But if you rope drop, you get the good morning show, and it is so worth it.
It is.
So worth it.
It is.
It was we had never done that before until this last May trip.
Right, exactly.
So that was cool.
Again, another experience that we had never had.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was actually kind of sad that we had never had it before, because of all the stupid little things, again, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Well, because I mean, I thought of Mom, and I was like, she would have loved this. So we got some video of it. But anyway, so there's the Good Morning Show. You can take care of that, especially if you're there early enough. Town Square is a lot of fun. It's hustle and bustle. 99% of the time, they have characters in different sections, so you can immediately see the Fab Five.
Right.
Well, away.
There is a particular thing in Town Square that I must go see and must take a picture of every time I go to the park. And that's the dedication plaque. At the base of the flagpole.
Which we got this time.
Yeah. Now, the reason is that when I did the introduction of To All Who Come to This Happy Place, Welcome, that was a dedication speech by Walt Disney. That is what is on the plaque. Wow, look at me. I'm excited. But that, for me, that is so vitally important. The reason is because that is Walt.
So for me,
there we go. Okay.
It is standing by the flagpole and looking up Main Street to the castle. However, Main Street USA is actually designed after, Marceline, Missouri.
Yes.
But it's also laid out like Fort Collins, Colorado.
Yes.
Because the Imagineer who was in charge of laying out Main Street was from Fort Collins.
Isn't that Bob Gurr?
Probably. I don't remember his name.
Okay.
You'll have to be on that. But one of the key, how you know, and I'm a Colorado State University, go Rams. It's my second home here. I love it. But one of the characteristics of Main Street or Old Town, Fort Collins,
there we go,
is the railroad tracks go straight down the middle of town.
Yep.
Main Street USA,
the railroad tracks go straight down the middle of town.
So it's like, and just kind of the layout of it, and how even in Old Town, there's the town square or the circle area. It's very, so it's like
the roundabout in Old Town.
It's just like, it's my other home, and I love it, and so that's what I have to look at as like, yay.
Well, and
Colorado.
There is one other thing in Town Square that is related to Walt.
Yeah, that you have to do too.
Well, it's not
we all do.
Yeah, we all do. You've seen it on the latest video where we were rolling in through Town Square, and I tell Kat, hang on a second, and I pan over to the firehouse, and above the firehouse is the apartment with the lamp lit
turned on
in the window. That apartment was Walt Disney's apartment. That's where...
Take the tour. If you have the chance to take the tour, take the tour.
Walking in Walt's Footsteps.
So
the
cool.
name of the tour. Do it.
Do it. It's so cool.
Do it.
And we got to do it where they did an add-on where you got to have a snack on the veranda outside.
Yeah.
So cool.
I felt...
intrusive.
Yeah. I didn't feel like I belonged there at all.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
It was like, thank you very much for inviting us, but now that the tour's over, we gotta go. Yeah, I mean, it was that kind of thing, and honestly, I would have been happy without the snack.
It was cool though to sit there and actually kind of be there. It was like,
it was amazing. It was beautiful. I was close to tears the entire time, and I was so wildly uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was, if you get a chance to take that tour, again, another example of how there's more to do at Disneyland than just the rides.
Yep.
There's way more to do, and you can do a lot of cool learning and experiences that, if you're not a roller coaster person.
Exactly. And you don't have to be a ride person. Okay. Like I said, this next time that I go to Disneyland, I'm going to do some attractions. I'm going to do some rides.
There's the quad.
But I am going to take a good chunk of the day, and I'm going to find a bench with my sketchbook and my pencils, and I'm just going to draw. Yeah. And I'm just going to sit and draw and have a good time. And we talked about this last time. Anyway. All
right. So we're heading in. We've had our Town Square entering moments. We've had our homages. We've had our crying.
Yeah.
Our starting cry.
We've gone to Town Square, and there are tears already.
It's not a Disneyland trip unless you're crying.
In one way or another.
Good, bad, or different. Gotta cry. So we head up Main Street. There's all the shops and everything. You got, snack places and all that. We'll talk about that kind of a little bit later in the episode. Then you get to the spoke. So we're down by the castle. We
The
got
hub.
the hub, the Friends statue.
Yes.
Which is another classic. Do you take your picture there or not? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is yes.
We have.
And you have to, yes.
Yeah.
So I know which land I always like to start in.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Curious to see. I probably can guess yours, but
Well, okay.
this is the park where we could spend complete opposites all the time.
Just to give you an idea, and this is going to be jumping ahead just a tiny bit. When we get to the hub and we take our picture with Walt and Mickey, at the partner statue in front of the castle, the first thing that we do is we look at each other and say, meet back here in 3 hours for lunch.
Or I'll meet you at.
Yeah. Okay. Or where are we going to eat lunch?
I'll meet you there.
Yeah. We'll go there. But normally, what I like to do is I go left. As I'm facing the castle, I go left. And there's two lands right there that I like to go through. One is Adventureland. And the reason I want to go to Adventureland first is Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Okay? I like that ride a lot. The second land that's a toss-up, and the reason it's a toss-up because one is I like the ride. The second land is because of nostalgia. And it's very, very difficult for me to pick which one. And it's usually a toss-up because usually I'll go, again, where the people aren't. So.
Well, which you surprised me in your answer.
Oh, okay.
Good.
But the land I usually go to for nostalgia reasons is Frontierland. And do you know why?
The shooting gallery.
That's right, the shooting gallery. The shooting gallery.
You can
which the last couple
shoot
of times
targets for free.
Yep. Well, no, you got to pay.
Oh no, I thought it was free last time.
Oh, you got to pay.
Okay.
You got to pay.
The shooting gallery. I knew that always. We always had to stop and let Chuck shoot at the shooting gallery.
That's right. But I love that. I just love that idea. You walk in, and as soon as over to your right hand side is that shooting gallery. You hear everybody up, bing, bing. Having a great time. You make the little guy jump up out of the grave.
I usually hit that side, Frontierland or Adventureland. I usually go to Adventureland first because the Tiki Room is there.
Yep.
Immediately.
Yep.
Moving your way through to the Jungle Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise known as the Jungle Book Ride. I've always called it the Jungle Book Ride.
Always called it the Jungle Book Ride.
Always. And our Lauren does the same thing. Lauren and I both call it the Jungle Book Ride. And I'm like, bless you. Because so the Jungle Cruise, that is my all-time favorite Disney ride. Doesn't matter, East or West Coast.
And it's an OG ride.
I love Jungle Cruise. In fact, my Magic Band Plus is the Jungle Cruise. I have a dress with the Jungle Cruise. Like, I have it all. Love it. It's my favorite. So I like to usually hit that one first.
Yep, and it's an opening day ride.
But I need to take a time out because my whole plotting of my course through Disneyland is based on where I'm going to get a snack. It's not that dramatic.
No, it's not at all because...
But, so, depending on... we've just eaten breakfast. I'm not going to get a snack.
Right.
But later in the afternoon, over in Adventureland...
Later in the afternoon.
Later in the morning. In Adventureland is...
I'm just messing with you.
Hands down one of the best snacks in all of the world.
Okay.
Fight me. It is the best. Meat on a stick. It's actually Bengal barbecue. It's so good.
This is the way.
So the key is that not most of the time Indiana Jones has a very long wait time.
Oh my! Or it's
broken
down. Yeah.
So you get your meat on a stick. I usually get the traditional sauce. I don't need extra sauce.
Yeah.
I get a Mickey pretzel with cheese. And I get in line.
Yep.
And I eat my snack.
That's right. Yeah, she's coming back juggling
like all the things.
The cup of whatever,
and it's the it satisfies, kills time. you're ready to go for the ride, and it's literally across the sidewalk.
It's
right
right
across
there.
the way.
It's right at that bottleneck.
So that is my way of getting around Disneyland, is the food stops, and then, we can ride this ride because it's over here.
Right.
So Jungle Cruise is very close as well, so I will do that. But not most of the time, you're not waiting that long in the Jungle Cruise queue.
Right.
On busy days, it's pretty cool, but it moves really fast, so you can get your snack afterwards.
Well, and the queue, and I'm gonna, and this is another one where it's going to be very controversial.
Fight you.
Yeah, is the queue in Disneyland for the Jungle Book ride got me doing it now.
I know, because
for the Jungle Cruise is better than the one in Orlando.
Yes, I will. No argument for me.
Fight me.
No argument for me either. I agree. It's the SEA and all of that.
Oh yeah, the SEA, yeah, and it's got the little tarantula in the cage.
The cage and all of
the
curiosities that are in there, and the animals that they're taking back to study. And I mean, if you know me, which you probably learned a little something about my profession. I love it. It's the best.
But seriously, I think that queue is better.
It is better.
It's more thought out.
Go for it. And I have a thought.
Okay, and now I can't remember, is the 2 levels in Disneyland?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in Disneyland. So it's got 2 levels to it. And that's fun too, because that interaction's fun.
They have it 2 levels in both, but it's in Disneyland, that's the extended queue.
Oh, that's right.
In Disney World, it's the standard queue.
Yeah. Okay.
This is where your the new reality.
Oh yeah.
Of your situation is that the accommodation for folks who need accommodations is you go in the exit at the Jungle Cruise.
Right.
You don't do the traditional queue.
Right.
So if we're riding together, then we miss that.
We do. It's okay. That's something that's heartbreaking for me, and that's something that we're going to talk about with this. I am a queue guy, and the reason is because I'm a frustrated wannabe Imagineer. I love the art. I love the innovation. I love the imagination. I love every bit of it. It's like all of a sudden, these are examples when Walt says it's fun to do the impossible.
Yeah, at that time it was.
That's where it came from. Mm-hmm. Walt Disney Imagineering, WED, was the predecessor to all of this. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
There you go. So, now that we've chosen a land, it's basically, we go in a circular motion, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise.
Right.
You choose the land. So, Frontierland and Adventureland are very, very close together.
Exactly.
We do look at wait times. We do watch that.
Right.
With Chuck's situation now, it's also with some of the rides we have to go and get the disability access.
Yeah. Yes.
So that changes a little bit too of how we.
There's a
ride.
Separate episode right there.
We'll talk about that.
I could probably do that solo or with you, whichever, but the DAS is different in Anaheim than it is in Orlando.
Yeah.
Okay. And you do need to be somewhat conscious of it. And the reason is because if you do require DAS, there are certain steps and hoops you have to jump through. If you don't, if you just basically, I can stand in line for a little bit, or I can manage a few stairs, or I can walk some. When you roll up with an electric scooter, all you do is park right over here. You'll go right up over here.
Yeah. So you talk to the cast members; they're amazing for that. But it does change a little bit of how we plot our courses.
Exactly.
We have to go back. At Pirates, you have to go all the way to the exit. You don't get to stand in the queue in the front.
Right.
Same with Haunted Mansion. You go to the exit. But that's going to change though.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, it's just we just go in a circular motion and we hit Jungle Cruise, Indiana Jones, if we're hitting the rides in order.
Right.
Pirates of the Caribbean, we hit New Orleans Square, which is my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
land
Oh, yeah.
of all all
Is
Disneyland.
New Orleans Square?
New Orleans
Oh.
Square is my favorite land.
I have to agree.
I
have to agree.
love it. So
Well, and that also depends. I mean, we're going to probably spend a little bit more time in Adventureland depending on the wait times of other rides.
right.
If it gets bad, all of a sudden we'll go from Jungle Cruise to Indiana Jones back over to the Tiki Room.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
For the
Now,
yeah, I love the Tiki Room.
Oh, so do
love
I.
me those
but I like
birds sing and the flowers croon.
it. Yeah. My thing, though, is I'd rather do the Tiki Room in the afternoon.
Yeah, when you're hot.
Yeah, because that nice air-conditioned, dark, just beautifulness.
And the snack options there are Dole Whip for
Dole
you.
Whip.
Big pickle for me.
Yep. Giant dill pickle, Dole Whip.
Yep.
Traditional Dole Whip. Okay, I like the pineapple.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Fight me.
It's a.
More of those. Dur-dur-dur.
I was gonna say.
I don't like Dole Whip.
Wow, I've been working that one a lot.
Yeah, we can stop.
No, we can't.
So that's pretty much, a good hunk of your day are those three lands. They're very close together. They're easily maneuverable to go back and forth. And again, I'm plotting my course based on my need to eat or get a drink or some of that.
And honestly, I still maintain that as the quote-unquote perfect way to do Disneyland. Okay, the reason is because you go through Frontierland, you hit all the big hitters there. Okay.
Big Thunder Mountain's close there too.
Exactly.
Don't forget that.
You go over to the right as soon as you're exiting Adventureland, you hit Frontierland. Okay, you got Big Thunder Mountain there. Okay. You can always come back over to board the riverboat,
Yep.
board the Columbia,
Mark Twain to the Columbia.
or head over to Pirates. Now you're in New Orleans Square. Also in New Orleans Square, Haunted Mansion.
So all the classics.
You know?
And there's great character interactions there.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Captain Red from
Yes.
Pirates.
Yes.
Katie Girl and I had a really cool interaction with her. That was awesome.
I wish you guys had it on video.
I know, but we
wish-
had her.
Well,
We were having our own day.
I've got your pictures.
Yeah,
I got
it was
the pictures.
so fun,
So
and
again,
that was cool.
picture will go here.
One year it was around my birthday, and Jack and Sally were there.
Right.
So it was just really neat, and you get closer to the characters in Disneyland than you do in Disney World.
It's much more
and
intimate.
and they wander more
Yes.
at Disneyland than they do at Disney World.
Yes.
Disney World is you go to them. In Disneyland, it feels like they come to you.
Exactly.
And that's a little bit of a coastal difference there.
Exactly. And there's only a few places in Disneyland where you actually have to go to a location to go and stand in the line to go meet a character.
And
And-
Mickey's one of them.
Yeah, two of those are in Toontown.
Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah, Mickey and Minnie. But you don't have to.
Town Square.
That's right. Go to Town Square.
Town Square.
Go to Town
Yeah.
Square. If you want to meet Mickey,
The Fab Five are always in Town Square.
yes.
Always.
Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and Daisy. Okay. And Pluto.
And Pluto, and then Chip and Dale will rotate through
yes.
in there.
Yes.
So it's really good.
Yes.
That's really good.
Anyway,
All right.
Anyway.
We've got Haunted Mansion, so we're kind of moving our way through, and that's kind of our course. So if we
Right.
start on the left, that's where we go.
Yeah.
We're getting to lunchtime.
Yeah, and we're heading right for Critter Country.
Yes, we are, because the best hamburgers in the world. Don't fight me on that one. We've had better burgers, but literally the best burgers in Disneyland.
Yeah, the best burgers at a theme park. I'm going to say it that way.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. I have a hard time finding another hamburger anywhere else in any other theme park that matches what you get at Hungry Bear.
It's so good.
I know, right?
And so the way you do this one, especially if you're a fan of French fries and or onion rings.
And tater tots.
Did they have tater tots there?
Yes, they have tater tots.
Then lies. Don't get French fries. You get tater tots.
I got to do it now. Because this is the way.
You never let go of a tater tot.
That's right.
One of you gets the tater tots large. One of you gets because it comes with when you order your burger, it comes with the side automatic. You don't have to add on. It's part of the price.
Yes.
So one of you gets the tater tots, one of you gets the onion rings, and then you can have a mixed basket.
Yes.
So you can share together, and they are seriously so good.
I don't know what it is. I don't think it's the seasoning. I don't think
it's just that seasoned, good grill.
It's a fried potato.
But I'm talking about the burger.
Oh,
I'm
the
talking
burger.
about the meat,
Oh.
like on a grill, and just had that seasoned grill, and how it's so good.
It's marvelous.
It's so good.
It's marvelous. So
And
that's
the secret sauce. It's so good.
yeah, that's one of our favorite places. Now, if for a breakfast, I will go do Plaza Inn again. Okay.
We haven't eaten there for lunch. We need to do that.
Yes, we do. But I'm going to mention this as far as the breakfast at Plaza Inn.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Biscuits and gravy.
Oh, yeah. Those were the best we found this time around.
Exactly. The way they make the biscuits over there at Plaza Inn and the gravy is right.
It was really good.
It's right. It's seasoned just right.
Yeah.
It's not too salty. It's not too peppery.
It was good.
And the sausage is good. It's not that sour taste.
No, it was good. Yeah, they had good.
You know.
They've improved. Disney, good job improving your sausage.
Yeah.
Because for a while there it was not. So now, since we're at lunch, this is where you kind of get counter service versus a reservation type of restaurant. You know,
Right.
it depends. Not. I'm gonna take a step back here a minute.
Sure.
This is a time where you do need to stop and rest, whether you're at counter service or doing a reservation for your restaurants.
I agree.
And also, knowing that reservations are kind of get it when you got to get it,
Yeah.
really making priority of the restaurants you want to eat at, especially if they do require reservations.
Exactly.
My best example of that is Blue Bayou.
Yes.
It is a have-to
Yes.
for us.
Yes.
That is the restaurant that's located inside of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
It's fantastic. It is an upscale, higher end. So the price point is going to be reflective of that, but it comes.
Exactly.
It's amazing, and you are really paying to eat in the ride.
Yep.
Well worth it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
if you're wanting to do that earlier in the day, because the lunch menu is different than the dinner menu. So if you want to get some of the, look at the menu, that'll determine where you want to eat. But if you're going to do a big sit down meal for lunch, then do it, and then counter service for dinner, vice versa. It kind of is having a sit down meal in the middle of your day forces rest,
Exactly.
which is necessary.
Exactly. And that's something that I want to push really hard. Yes, it's lunch. If your schedule allows, take that time to rest. Okay? And eat something and get hydrated and just stop.
Because the people watching is amazing.
Well, of course, there's that. There's that.
Totally worth it.
But it's also something else that I had in later on that I wanted to talk about is protecting your peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do this. Protect your peace for the sake of you, for the sake of your family, for the sake of your traveling party, for the sake of everyone else in the park. Protect your peace.
Yeah. That's important.
I can't emphasize that enough.
It's supposed to be fun. Remember that. You're there having
Yeah.
fun.
Exactly.
And so,
So if the schedule allows, definitely do the sit down.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's fun. I mean, like I said, Blue Bayou is a have-to for us. So we make it a point of making a reservation. And if it's lunch, then we eat lunch there. If it's dinner, then we eat dinner there.
Exactly.
So I think that's the only have-to reservation place in Disneyland for us, right?
Have to, yes. The rest are either a mobile order or we're
Right.
just not going to make a reservation there because we've already done it and is,
like me.
we've been there, we've done that.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So back to you've mentioned this mobile order, back to the app. You can mobile order or pre-order your food through the app, and then you choose the pickup time, or it gives you a pickup time. So you don't
Right.
have to stand in the line for that either. And you can pay with whatever card is saved on your account. So again, that whole thing of really not having to stand in line, deal with it, it will automatically go on your credit card. That is another big advantage of the app. And I've found it to be a very useful tool.
Exactly.
I like it a lot. I wasn't quite sold on it when it first came out, and then the more I began to use it, the more I was like, okay,
I
I can make it happen.
I have not had to use it just yet. I have been lucky to have other people with me who are
was
already
gonna say.
doing it. You,
I did
Kat,
it. Yeah.
even Chris.
Yeah.
You know, the reason is because I am a disgrace to Generation X. I'm turning around and saying, I'm too old for any of this. And it's like, no, I'm not. It's just I choose not to exercise that bit of my brain just yet. But the time is coming. You know, I will eventually have to.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm going to be playing Uncle Chuck and it's time for ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And
You just got to go to the cart and get the Mickey head.
Well, yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Well, and so do I get the Eskimo pie? Do I get the Mickey on a stick?
Again, we base everything on where we eat.
Right.
Everything.
You know, and where do I get that? I usually get that over around near Small World.
I would say Fantasyland.
Yeah, Fantasyland. I know.
We'll get to that. We'll talk about that in a second.
Boy, we're eating up time.
I know. So we've eaten at Country Bear. That's also where Tiana's Bayou is going to be, formerly known as Splash Mountain.
Yes.
You hate wet rides.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So I like to ride Splash. I know Katie loves it. Chris loves it. You just are like, yeah, no, thank you.
I don't like wet underwear.
I don't like. I don't like wet clothes that aren't supposed to be wet either. But
Yeah.
it's okay. On a really hot day, it's lovely.
Yeah, but doing it in January?
Not so fun.
No.
No, not a good time.
No.
So we keep going. Now this is where you have to take over because I'm very bitter.
Oh. They took away the petting zoo.
They took away my goats.
And they took away Country Bear Jamboree.
They took away my goats.
Yes. There used to be a petting zoo. Right after you would leave and on the way around the park to
back of Adventureland,
yeah, that was
over
actually
to Fantasyland.
Back of Adventureland over to Fantasyland, actually towards Toontown. That was taken away, and this is where I'm going to take over. Because now we're going to Galaxy's Edge. Yes, we are going to Galaxy's Edge. Because this is the way, definitely.
It's the only way through.
Now, well, no, you could backtrack. You can go back.
Yay.
I know, right? But, and this, I kind of like going into Galaxy's Edge this direction.
I do too.
I
prefer it the other way.
kind of like it. The reason is because it gives you a more fuller experience of the landscaping.
And the transition between the two lands is really cool.
Exactly.
I agree.
Of the landscaping, the Imagineering, the detail, the whole set value that they had put into this land, and they invested. Okay, Galaxy's Edge is for Star Wars fans.
Yes, it is.
Boy, is it. I can't say enough good about it because I love it to death, and yet I'm still grumpy at a few things that they've done. That's another episode.
Yeah.
That's another episode.
I do have to say that one of the best places to eat for counter service of, we'll always eat a bear country burger.
Oh, yeah.
A Hunger Bear burger.
Yes,
always.
yes.
But Docking Bay 7
is
one of the best additions, I think, to Disney food.
I had good curry.
It's so good.
Okay, I had good
So
curry.
so good.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I will actually go into Galaxy's Edge and eat at Docking Bay 7.
Yep.
I don't have to go back to Oga's.
Oga's Cantina?
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm good.
I agree.
Now, you can speak rides
Oh,
over there,
all right.
so
all right.
I'm,
Yeah, because
it's not my jam.
yeah, because we're almost an hour into this.
know.
And okay, the two rides in Galaxy's Edge, just two, are Rise of the Resistance and Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Okay, now I'm going to address Smuggler's Run first because this is going to talk and speak to the diehard Star Wars fans. You remember that time back in 1977 when you first went to go see Star Wars and you saw Han Solo and Chewbacca inside the Millennium Falcon and you wished you could do that? Now you can. Yes. Smuggler's Run is a simulator ride where you get to be a pilot, a gunner, or an engineer and sit in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon and fly it.
Or vomit.
Yeah, or puke if you don't like it. But yeah, no, it's
I get so sick.
it's true.
I get so sick.
It's true.
Anywho, but yes, it is reliving,
Yes.
I respect you for that.
And The other thing about it, again, the queue.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
the queue is amazing.
It
is just amazing. Okay, definitely one of my favorite rides. Now, my very, very favorite ride, and the reason is because the technology on this ride, to me, is unmatched.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Rise of the Resistance.
Mm-hmm. And you get to character play.
Oh yeah, you get to interact. You get to interact. You get to role play, folks. Yeah. Anyway, when you are on Rise of the Resistance, and I know that there are some of you out there that have, yes, I've done this many times. I already know that. I've seen the videos on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. Then I'm not going to spoil a thing. I can already tell you about what's going to happen. One of the things that happened to me when I first got on Rise of the Resistance, we went through. We did the ready room. We got the briefing mission from Ray. We got told what we needed to do. We got shoved into a transport. We rode up on this transport. The transport got captured by the First Order and pulled into a Star Destroyer. The doors open up.
And you cried.
And I did.
I know you did.
I did. I
know
started
you did.
bawling because I was on a Star Destroyer with about almost 100 stormtroopers standing in front of me.
It is impressive. It's impressive.
A beautiful set.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a beautiful set. I'm making the microphone go all wonky.
You're all excited?
Yeah. I've been excited for the last 51 minutes. Anyway, you get in a Star Destroyer and you're put into the brig, and then Kylo Ren comes and interrogates you, and then he has to go away. Then all of a sudden, somebody cuts open one of the side wall, and it's members of the Resistance who are breaking you out, and you get into this little troop transport thing that's been driven by an R5 droid, and then you go through the Star Destroyer and everything, and trying to escape everybody, and you see AT-ATs, and you get shot at, and it's all beautiful, and then you look outside, and there's a space battle going on, and it's all great, and the big laser cannons, and you move through there, and next thing you know, you come around the corner, and there's Kylo Ren. I will get some information from you. You can't escape me. All of a sudden, the whole breaks open. He gets sucked out into space. You turn around. You go into the escape pods. You get into the escape pods. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Tower of Terror time. And then, and then you land. And then we were safe.
There you go. There's that in a nutshell.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
So that's Galaxy's Edge. And we continue on in our circular motion around the park because it is designed in a spoken wheel design.
Yeah, see, this is where I get to be silly some.
So,
I mean,
this is where the challenges really come about. You can kind of veer off to Adventureland, or you can keep going to Fantasyland. Again, the transition between Fantasyland and Adventureland, Galaxy's
it's actually
Edge
Frontierland.
Frontierland, sorry.
Yeah.
Are really cool. Fantasyland though is OG original Disneyland, and it's really tight. And this is where
Fantasyland. Yep.
It's so tight, and it's chaos.
Yes, it is.
But there's some things in there that you have to ride.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Mr. Toad's, Peter Pan, even Snow White are some of the fun ones that are in there. The carousel, if you want to have some
King Arthur's carousel.
If you want to have some, this is where Walt sat.
Walt got P.L. Travers.
I know.
Onto the carousel.
I know.
Okay, the lady who wrote Mary Poppins. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went after we saw that movie with one of my friends, and we had to ride the carousel because it was so classic.
Did you find Jingles?
We did not.
Okay. Jingles is a specific horse on the carousel, has bells on it that Walt's wife Lily would always ride on. Also, Julie Andrews would ride on that one.
So, I am a big fan of the Matterhorn, so I always have to ride that.
Oh, that's on the other side.
So we're getting kind of on the other side of Fantasyland. And then I am a classic, and this is again honor of Mom. But I like Small World, and I like Small World better in Disneyland than I like it in Disney World.
Agreed.
It's I don't know. I like it there.
No, I agree. It's slightly longer.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the Mary Blair facade
Yeah,
on the
perfection.
outside, and it's outside. It's its own building.
Yeah, it's perfection.
Okay, it's not.
The train goes through it.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yes.
It's perfection. So anyway, now here you get to do. Now I don't have any snacks in Fantasyland. Shock.
Yeah, we do.
What?
That's where I get ice cream.
Oh, I get a churro there. That's
Oh,
why.
yeah.
I get a churro there.
Oh, there's a story.
Yeah. We had another fight, and then I got churros, and everybody was happy.
Well, no. The reason there's a story there is, remember the night of looking for the roasted
That
almonds?
was Disney World, Chuck.
That was at Disney World?
That was Disney World.
That was Magic Kingdom.
That was Magic Kingdom and Disney World.
Sorry.
But
for another time.
We'll tell that
For
story.
another
That was
time.
awesome sauce.
Yes.
But so that's, it's kind of OG Disneyland. You do the storybook ride.
Oh, yeah.
Storybook ride.
I'm sorry, that's a
Casey's
must-do for me.
Jr. Oh, yeah, we have to do that one.
The storybook boats are
Yeah.
a must-do for me.
Yeah, always. And
Yeah.
then, because of Mom,
Oh, yeah.
too. That was
Oh,
one
yeah.
of her favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Casey's Jr., I could actually skip Casey's Jr.
Nope, none of us can fit it in anymore.
I know, it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then you get to choose of going right or left here, because if you go leftish, you go into Toontown.
Yes, you do.
If you go rightish, you go to Finding Nemo subs,
Yes.
Autopia,
Yeah.
and Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
So, me personally, I don't have to do Toontown every single time. I know you
Toontown.
have a different, you have a different viewpoint.
Yes, I do. Because I'm one that actually likes Roger Rabbit. Now, that's not the one I know you're not wanting to talk about. I will talk about it. I like Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway.
I don't hate it. It's just that's the song. It's the song.
Well, see, that's what's clinched it for me.
Nah.
Now, okay, the reason I like it, and I like it better in Disneyland than
I was just gonna say that.
in Orlando
And
and Hollywood Studios.
And this Disneyland one is newer than the Hollywood Studios one.
Yes.
And the queue at Disneyland is way better.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. If you are a
So
fan,
cool.
yeah, I mean a fan of Mickey Mouse cartoons, you must do this ride.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
must.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
There were several instances where I was brought to tears.
Again,
Yeah.
if you're not crying, you're not doing Disney.
Yeah, and it's after lunch. We're in the afternoon, so it's about time.
Time.
Yeah. You know.
Tired.
Yeah. Oh, we'll talk about rest here in a little
Yeah.
bit. But yeah. But yeah, that's something is Minnie and Mickey is something that I think everybody should do at least once.
It is clever.
At
And
least
again,
once.
it's pretty cool technology as well, so it's neat.
Well, okay, the technology that's in Minnie and Mickey is the same technology that's in Rise of the Resistance.
Or
It's that
Remy's
trackless.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, it's the trackless ride vehicles. And it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautifully done.
Cool.
So, but there is a breakdown issue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a breakdown issue.
So we've got that choice.
Yeah.
You found some snacks back there.
Oh, yeah, we did.
I haven't eaten there back there yet, so
Yeah, it was the only snack that Kat and I got back there because one, this was the enforced rest time because we were tired.
tired and have a sit down.
We were hot. Now there's a distinct lack of shade in Toontown. Okay.
Fantasyland, Toontown, Tomorrowland.
Yeah, there's a distinct
Not a lot of shade.
A lack of shade and a lack of sit down shade. Okay. I can't remember the name exactly, but it's Daisy's Cafe or something like that.
Yeah.
Kat had gotten the pizza flop over. Essentially, it's an Italian quesadilla. Okay. It was good. It was very good. And the cold brew coffee. I don't normally drink coffee
Yeah.
in late day, but it hit right.
Well, that's good.
It hit right. So we had that, and once we were done with that, we rode Roger. We rode Roger Rabbit, and then we rode Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway. I do have that one as a ride POV. I didn't do Roger Rabbit because, well, I was struggling too hard to keep the car from not turning in Roger Rabbit. Anyway, so that's what we did there.
So you've got those 2 rides. And then I always like to try and hit the Finding Nemo subs. That's one of my favorites.
Same here.
Because it's the sub ride. And as
Yep.
we established from the beginning of this, we have to ride the submarines.
Well, because since I was that
Yeah.
big, and there for a time, they were not there.
They were not there. They went away.
Yeah.
Autopia, we don't necessarily ride all the time.
Not anymore.
So
Because we don't have a little that needs to drive.
no, because we drive cars all the time, so it's
all
not
of
the
us are-
nostalgia.
Yeah, all of us are of driving age and go a lot faster than these cars do.
Yeah.
So,
Then we head into Tomorrowland, and we usually get something to drink there,
yes.
or have our ice cream there.
Right.
Have
No, I won't have ice cream in Tomorrowland. I won't do it.
we grab it and then walk over.
No. Well, yeah, we grab it and then go into Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space Mountain
Yes.
is a ride over there. I think that's honestly legit the only thing I ride in Tomorrowland.
Did we just hop right past Matterhorn?
I hit Matterhorn before I.
Oh, that's
did,
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Because it's
And
the Yeti.
reconstruction of your back.
It's visiting the chiropractor.
So
It really is.
Ooh, and they've fixed it.
Okay, that was a tubular metal roller coaster built by a guy who knew nothing about tubular metal roller coasters.
It shows.
Yeah, and
It's great.
That
It's
was Bob
amazing.
Gurr. That was Bob Gurr.
Yeah, and he comes around all the time.
Oh yes,
It
he
would be
does.
so cool
Yes,
if we
he
could
does.
see him in the park one time.
And see, there's the bucket list for me. I want to meet an engineer in the park.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Anyway,
So once we hit Tomorrowland, then we head out. We don't ride is it the Astro Orbiters at Disneyland, or is that
no, it is,
Okay.
and no, we don't.
We don't. I'm not
No.
a.
But we do Buzz Lightyear
Lightyear.
Astro Blasters.
I do enforced.
Yeah. Well, and
I don't like video games. Like, I'm not a big
Yeah.
video game person, so that's like,
Right.
I'm like, okay, I'll ride it with.
Well, Kat and I will.
Yeah.
And the reason is because we are doggedly trying to beat each other's score.
Yeah.
That's my score. That's Kat's score.
I mean, the competitiveness. I'll ride it because, the littles in our family are like, will you ride it? And I'm like, yeah, I'll ride it.
I was going to say, you're really going to deny Everett? You're going to deny him?
No,
That's right.
I
That's
rode,
right.
I rode Dumbo.
Well, there you go.
So
I know. I put together the video
I
for
know.
you.
So, that's in Tomorrowland, and then you're back into the hub.
Yes. Now, it's that part of the day. We're in the mid-afternoon, mid to late afternoon. Do you need a rest?
Yes.
Do you need a nap?
I'm ancient and decrepit.
Okay. But now, this is the part where it's the protect your peace. Okay. Do you need a rest? Do you just need a place in the shade to stop and just people watch?
Be quiet.
Just sit, eat some popcorn, have a soda, watch people.
Right.
Okay. Or me, sit, have my soda, grab my pencils,
Draw.
a sketchbook, sit there and draw. What do you need? If you are tired enough that you want to nap and you're staying in a hotel,
Go. Come back.
go back to the hotel.
Go, yeah.
Definitely go back to the hotel. Go take your nap. Go relax. Go rest. The reason is because you've probably got another 6 hours to get through.
You got to eat dinner. We got to find a place for dinner. There's evening and night shows that you have options for.
That's right.
That have some really great eating options. So, yeah.
And the reason that we both think this is important is because when you are really little, the nap is enforced. And the reason is because they don't want you to be a screaming meltdown, nuclear meltdown
your body
mess.
needs it.
You need to stop, you need to rest. So do that. Okay? Definitely do that. And yes, I believe that all ages need naps. I do.
I know you do. I've never been a fan of the nap. So when I nap, that's when I'm sick.
Yeah.
In my family, they know if Alice is napping, she's not feeling good or something's wrong. So I've always been that way. But Chuck has always had a nap.
Oh,
Chuck and Dad,
Oh, yeah.
all consistent. So
Give us at least a couple hours, and then we get back up,
your ticket's good all day.
Yeah.
You can leave and come back.
Yeah, we're ready to roll again. So here we go.
That's the option. If you do a sit-down place, you can do downtown Disney. You can do dinner in the park. You can do counter service. There's options to eat. You can snack your way through the day.
Exactly.
But if you choose to do a show, especially, this is more California Adventure, but this is something to think about, is look for some of the dining packages.
Yes.
Or the food packages. Those are fantastic. Now, like I said, this applies more. We'll talk about this more with our California Adventure episode, because to me, this is now a must-do.
I agree.
The dining package or the dessert package.
The dessert party was...
so good.
I was shivering. I didn't care. I was crying. I'm having my hot chocolate.
And Walt came up and he talked to us. World of color.
Yep.
So anyway, that's kind of a California Adventure. But at Disneyland, it's the fireworks show.
Yes.
The fireworks only happen on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
But during the rest of the week, they do the projections along the buildings.
Yes, they do projection
and
shows.
And they still do the music. So you get the same flavor. You just don't get the fireworks.
Right.
At Disneyland, they don't have the dessert options for that there.
They do.
On the weekends they do?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
On the weekends you can do a dessert package for the fireworks.
That's cool. So it's really you buy kind of priority seating or priority viewing along with a dessert package. They are great.
Right.
I loved I think it's a really cool wrinkle that Disney has put in there as an option.
You can also do a dining package where you get priority seating for the parade.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
So you have your dinner and then you go to the location where they have you set for priority seating.
That's cool. And then the parade that they've brought back is one of the best.
Oh.
Yeah, Magic Happens is a really great parade. That's what's going on right now at the time of this filming.
Yes. I will say it.
Future us.
I will say it.
Yeah.
Magic Happens is the best parade in any Disney park in the continental U.S.
Okay. I love it.
Okay. In the continental U.S.
We haven't been to Paris.
Or Tokyo.
or
Shanghai. Or Hong Kong. Or
some of the others. But anyway, so there's evening options. Again, don't necessarily have to do rides. But then there's this whole idea of shopping your way out of the park.
Oh.
It's a hard no for us.
Well, not anymore. We won't do it anymore.
No, I mean, we used to, but I don't know. To me, if I need a break from the people, or I just want to have a hankering that I need to go get something or want to get out of the heat.
Yep.
I'll go into the store. The Emporium at the end, though, is one of my favorite stores. I love the Emporium in Disneyland.
Oh, yeah. Well, in that Emporium, you start at the Emporium and you can go through all the stores and get all the way up to Coca-Cola Corner.
Yeah, they're all connected. So it's really great. And if you're hot or, just want to look at something and be away from, kind of in your own space as you're exploring, you can do that. On the other side, you sort of can do that
somewhat
through the segments.
Yeah.
But
somewhat. They're not, it's not all the way through like it is on, well, as you're facing north or towards the castle. It's not the same as on the left-hand side as it is on the right-hand side. Okay, the left-hand side is one continuous store. The right-hand side is chunked. And the reason is because they put the Starbucks right in the middle. And they also have the theater. Right in the middle.
So that's the option. I mean, we're big proponents of not shopping your way out.
Right.
Shopping when you want to. But that's a strategy a lot of people encapsulate. But the dining package and the dessert party are highly recommended.
Right.
And doing that after you do a big rest or afternoon rest is actually highly recommended as well.
Well, and that's something I want to talk about after the fireworks is over. Fireworks are over, excuse me. And after all is said and done, after your dessert party, people are filtering out of the park because they want to leave now. Their day is done. Don't leave with them.
Stay put.
Okay? Now is the time to hit those last minute rides.
Yeah.
Okay? And now is the time to go over to Space Mountain. because that line is going to drop and drop fast.
If you're not a big fan of said parades, or you've seen the parade for one of them and you don't need to see the second one, that's also a good time
Yes.
to hit some of the big heavy hitters like Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Haunted Mansion,
Indiana Jones,
Indiana
yeah,
Jones. Like
yeah.
the ride times will decrease during parade and or fireworks.
Right. Now, the rides that we did mention, times do decrease during the parades, except for Galaxy's Edge. There's no drop. There's no drop.
Because people are stuck in line.
Well, there's that, yeah. People are definitely stuck in line. The reason is because, well, I mean, it's far enough away from everything that what's the point of trying to run across the park to get to anything else?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, you're here, so we're going to do this. We ended up having that happen to us. Kat wanted to ride Rise of the Resistance. I wanted to ride Rise of the Resistance. Chris was with us. We got into line and standby because we thought it was going to be a 30-minute, 30-minute in line, Well, it was 30 minutes in line. But it's also
the
about...
ride is also 25 minutes.
It's 20... Yeah, the ride is about 20 minutes long. Okay, so there we are. We did miss our reservation
But they were nice.
for Oga's.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, don't go about with everybody else. Don't try and leave with everybody else. Don't turn it into the Disney Death March if everybody is sort of doing this swaying, weird zombie shamble towards the exit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wait your time.
Yeah.
Relax. Take your time with it, because if you're staying at a hotel in the resort, you don't have to be anywhere at any particular time.
And the other advantage too is if you do go kind of opposite the flow of traffic and hit towards Tomorrowland, you can take the monorail out.
Exactly.
Which is the other alternative of getting in the park. You know, if you didn't want to, day one I say you go through the main gate, but like
yes.
If you take your break in the middle of the day, you can take the monorail in and out.
Right.
And you can get dropped off back in Tomorrowland. So there's some options there.
Which is always an option for me because monorail.
Yeah, you love the monorail.
I do. It's that futuristic whatever,
Well, and then if you're staying at the Disneyland hotel, it actually gets you closer to that than the other one. So it's nice. It's a good option, and it kind of gets you away from all of the chaos. But,
it can, yes, very much. Very much.
So we've made a complete circle around Disneyland.
Yes, that was...
We've hit our food.
We've hit our food. We've seen our fireworks. We've done our thing. We've
shopped.
Done our day at Disneyland.
Go back to the hotel.
Now it's time to go. Yeah, now it's time to go to bed.
You go crash.
It's time to go to bed. So that's what we're going to do now, and it's.
That's all. We've only done one park, mind you. We got California Adventure to talk about next.
What's coming. That's what's coming in 2 weeks. Is we'll do Disney's California Adventure and our day at California Adventure,
which is actually improved over time. We will talk a little bit about. Oh, hey.
Yep.
We'll talk a little bit about how it started and how it's grown, and get to how it's actually a must-do park for me now. I have some things I have to do there. One of my all-time favorite Disney rides is there, so I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweet girl.
Oh, yes.
I was failing in my...
Manager needed your attention.
I know, sorry,
manager needs your attention. Ooh,
but yes, we'll do California Adventure next.
Yes.
But, a full day at Disneyland is a full day at Disneyland.
Yes.
Be really good. If there's certain places that you want to eat, sit down. I think a sit-down place, reservations-wise, to me, is Blue Bayou.
Right.
A have-to-eat place is Hungry Bear Burgers.
Right.
You have to get meat on a stick. Bengal barbecue.
Yes.
We call it meat on a stick. Just knowing that there's always a little place to get a snack or a drink next to really fun rides. So you always have a way of rehydrating and filling the belly so you don't get hangry.
Exactly.
There's plenty of places to sit down and people watch and just enjoy the park.
Yes. And take your time. Take your time. All right, folks. So here in 2 weeks, we will be talking about Disney's California Adventure. Definitely, Alice has some definite thoughts about that, as do I. I will try and do the same thing we did tonight with that park, going through bit by bit about where we go, what we do, and how we do it. Also, Alice is doing a thing on Amazon.
Little side hustle. I'm trying something out. I have a blank journal, since, we all love our paper products. So I have a little journal on Amazon that I'm trying to see how it happens. And it's just a blank book for you to fill up, which, there's a big metaphor there. Blank book, you fill it with what you want. So.
Exactly. Oh, really?
Oh, she agrees. So again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us. We hope you learned something. We hope you had a good time with us. And we want to encourage you to just get out and travel.
Exactly. We'll see you next week.